For the last 5 months, I've been working on a horror game that takes place in an endless labyrinth, and today I'm going to show you how I got from this to this. Now, it's been a very long time since I've actually released a full game, but that's when inspiration struck. I came across an interesting horror game from 2014 called Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion, and as it turns out, this game also inspired Roblox Doors, which is extremely popular. I had an idea for the core gameplay loop. In each room, you need to access the final door, but before you can open it, you first have to find the randomly spawning key. This forces the player to spend more time in the room and deal with any other threats that I decide to add. The first thing I did was model this key, which I think turned out really good, to be honest. After that, I used Blender's geometry nodes in order to create this infinite dungeon generator, which gives some pretty good results. It's not perfect. Then I used more geometry nodes to extrude it and create walls, with automatic materials assigned. Just to speed things up a little, I resorted to using decimated megascans and free textures from the internet, and soon enough I was able to create very nice dungeons with a decent bit of variation. I should also probably explain how I made these torches. The torch itself is a free model I found online, and the flame comes from a shader that I found online and modified, and it's basically just a scrolling noise texture, as you can see here. When combined with effects such as bloom, it looks very realistic in-game. After that, I added a very basic interaction system, as well as this door that you can open. I created this door opening effect using this amazing free dissolve shader that I found. If you've been paying close attention, you might have noticed this axe in some of these background clips. And yes, I did indeed get this idea from Spookies as well. And while we're on this topic, I should probably address the elephant in the room. If you have a set of eyes, you probably noticed the big red monster in the thumbnail with a giant arrow pointing at it. This guy, as well as the floating fleshhead monster, are 2 of 7 enemies in the game right now. These enemies spawn randomly using the super over-engineered curve system based on the current room number you're in. On top of this, some enemies have weight over one another, meaning they're more likely to spawn. I used a pretty similar system to determine where keys will spawn at any given location. The last main mechanic I added was this piece of paper that tells you your items, health, and current room. Now, after adding a very basic settings menu and an endless mode, it was finally time to get my friend for the very first playtest. Yes, it is true. The first playable version of the game didn't turn out to be as fun as I had hoped. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, as there were very few rooms at the time and really not a whole lot to see. It's still the biggest obstacle I had to overcome. How do I make the game enjoyable to play? I first focused on some small balance changes and immediately jumped to creating much more unique and diverse room layouts, such as this lava room here. I also decided to add the new cellar room type to add even more variation once you get through a certain number of rooms. And now I have a confession to make. I have waited so long to finish this video past this point. Like, I've actually been working on this video for 4 months, and now there's a lot of outdated things. There's so many new monsters, so many new room layouts, and I even did an entire mobile port for the game in this time. Just a few days ago, I had a lot of my friends come in for a playtest, and the results were amazing. Like, they loved it. Oh, what the f— The game has come such a long way since the first playtest, and I'm so happy about it. And that is why I'm going to cut this video short. I would like to get some of your opinions before I continue. If you want to see more from me, make sure to let me know, subscribe, and maybe, just maybe, I'll release this on Steam one day.